Welcome on the pure wisdom, chosen ones. What I'm going to tell you may surprise or maybe shock you. If you're seeing this video right now, it's not by chance. God has guided you here because something significant is about to happen in your life. You're going to learn the truth about your unique kind and divine mission. And it's all linked to your birth date. Yes, you have heard me accurately. The answers you've been looking for are already available. God is inviting you to align with your divine purpose and type, and everything is coming together quicker than you think. This is not an easy realization. It's a spiritual awakening and change for the selected one. Understanding your birth date will reveal the secrets of your abilities, power, and role on Earth. Things are beginning to make sense in ways you never expected. You want to understand your mission. You want to know your kind. God wants you to know now, and you're going to see everything align. But you must be prepared to accept this great transition, since knowing your birth date will help you accomplish your divine destiny. So, before we get into this life-changing lesson, take a minute to stop the video and do 3 tasks. Hit the like button, subscribe now to help us reach 60,000. Subscribe and leave a comment with your birth date to learn more about your kind. This will send a tremendous signal into the cosmos, boosting the energy in this movie. And remember, if you are genuinely a chosen one, you will watch this video all the way through because your soul knows it is for you. If you're not prepared to accept this fact, you may not make it to the finish. However, for those that do, their lives will never be the same. Now let's get started. God has selected you for a special and tremendous task. This is neither a generic assignment or a chore to cross off your list. It's the life-changing mission you were meant to perform. Imagine the immensity of the cosmos, the stars, and the galaxies, and know that you too are uniquely made to make an influence. God's unique destiny for you is sewn into the fabric of your soul, waiting for you to claim it. This information is not to be taken lightly. It's life-changing. It is the fundamental core of your life. Every time you question or doubt your mission, it is a squandered minute. Your divine destiny, bestowed upon you on the exact day you were born, contains abilities, gifts, and potentials that the world sorely needs. Now is the time to awaken your heart and mind to the reality that awaits you. God has already put the mission in action, and He is inviting you to boldly pursue it. The world may not always comprehend your path. Others may reject your mission as small, but the fact is that your divine destiny is unquestionable. It is ordained. It's meant to be. And once you acknowledge it, you will feel the weight of the power that has been bestowed upon you. Trust this insight and trust that God will guide you every step of the journey. This is your time. It's your call. Have you ever pondered why you were born at your current age? Why did your existence begin on a certain day and time? This is not an accident. Your birth date is more than just a number. It is a heavenly signature, a map that explains your purpose in the world. Your birth date ties you directly to the forces that steer and form your life. Every facet of your life, every experience, every difficulty, and every accomplishment is designed to serve a particular purpose that can only be discovered by knowing your divine type. What does your birth date tell you? It exposes your own kind, your soul. These are not arbitrary designations. They explain who you are at your core, what strengths you have, and how you may utilize those abilities to help the world. Each kind has a set of abilities, a goal, and a reason to be here. Whether you're a leader, healer, teacher, or protector, your birth date has equipped you with the skills you need to make a difference. When you find your type, you will uncover your genuine purpose in the midst of daily life. It's easy to forget that you're part of something far larger. The cosmos, despite its complexity, has a great plan, and you are always supposed to play an important role in it. Your birth date is the key that unlocks this reality. And right now, God is urging you to realize it. Do not underestimate the power of this information. It's time to walk into your mission, and your birth date is the key to everything. The world is filled with noise, diversions, and innumerable voices directing you in various ways. Despite the turmoil, one voice rises out above all others, God's voice. He is now communicating to you, pressing you to understand your kind and mission. The sense of urgency is real. This is no longer the time to wait, question, or speculate. This is the time to act. God is unveiling your divine destiny and inviting you to pursue it with bravery, clarity, and purpose. The distractions that have hindered you from following your divine path are not all external. They often stem from internal doubts, anxieties, and questioning. The opponent employs all of these methods to hinder you from reaching your maximum potential. But God is telling you that the misunderstanding is over. You do not have to spend any more time feeling lost or unsure. Your purpose is obvious, and it's time to quit allowing the world to define your value or goal. God understands that the journey ahead will not always be simple. There will be hurdles, impediments, and times when people ridicule your calling or doubt your decisions. But it's all part of the trip. The trick is to be faithful to your mission, regardless of the cost. God has given you the strength, power, and insight to persevere. You were picked for a purpose, and the world expects you to carry out your divine assignment. Now more than ever, God has selected you by purpose, not by coincidence. You were chosen for a certain reason, and you must keep this knowledge in your heart every day. It's easy to feel lost or small in a world that sometimes seems uninterested. But remember this: God sees you. He understands your hardships. You have doubts, your fears, and yet He has chosen you. You are part of something special. Your destiny is divine, and you have the talents to accomplish it. Each of us plays a part in God's great design, and each of us has a certain type that determines how we fit into that plan. Whether you're meant to lead, educate, heal, or defend, your heavenly mission has a unique form and potency. It is unlike everyone else's. Your mission is unique to you, and now it's time to get into it. Accept your unique purpose and believe that you have been given all you need to achieve. It doesn't matter if the rest of the world does not comprehend your trip. God understands your heart, purpose, and destiny as you pursue your vocation. Remember that you're not trekking alone. God is with you, leading, empowering, and showing you the path, regardless of what the world says. You were picked, and now is the moment to accept that fact wholeheartedly. Your heavenly type is more than simply a designation. It is the very core of who you are. It is the framework that governs your behaviors, choices, and interactions with the world. Each kind has been meticulously designed to play a certain function in the divine plan. Whether you are a prophet, teacher, leader, or warrior, your kind defines how you will send light into the world. Understanding your type entails discovering your strengths. You may feel as if you have been living in the shadows, unaware of your abilities. But once you've identified your kind, everything will fall into place. You'll see patterns in your life and how you've always been drawn to your calling. God has implanted certain attributes inside you that are in line with your divine purpose. It is time to truly accept them. What abilities do you possess? Your personality type communicates this to you. The more you go into discovering your inner self, the clearer your role becomes. Believe that your type is not random. God picked it because you are the ideal vessel for the function it serves. Don't be afraid to face it. Come forth and embrace it. If you are a prophet, you have been called to spread divine teachings of knowledge, truth, and direction to people around you. Your talent is your capacity to see beyond what others perceive. You are a conduit through which God's voice pours. This vocation is not for the faint of heart. It is often met with hostility, uncertainty, and resistance. Remember, your mission is deep. You are required to disclose the truth, regardless of how difficult it may be. Accept your position, even if others do not understand. Prophets are often misinterpreted or rejected because their message contradicts the established quo. But this is part of the call. When you live out your prophetic calling, you become a source of light in a dark world. Don't run away from the burden. God has entrusted you with this precious task. Know your power and tell the truth with conviction. The hermit is encouraged to seek enlightenment via calm thought and seclusion. If you are this kind, you may find yourself attracted to solitude or intense reflection. Your power comes from inside, and God has given you the capacity to search deep and find solutions. You may feel different from others because you need time alone to reconnect with God and discover your mission. In alone, you may discover clarity. While the world may seem noisy and chaotic, the hermit thrives in silence. If you are a hermit, realize that your purpose is one of great inner insight. Your responsibility is to share that knowledge with others. Don't be afraid to be alone when it's appropriate. Use this opportunity to strengthen and develop your relationship with God. When you share your thoughts, you will not only be guiding yourself, but also inspiring others. The healer's goal is to restore balance and cure individuals who are suffering physically, emotionally, and spiritually. If you are a healer, you have a strong empathy for the suffering of others. Your purpose is to provide comfort, restoration, and healing to people in need. You have a unique power to calm troubled hearts and heal shattered souls. The world may frequently feel in anguish, but you have been selected to provide consolation and repair. Being a healer is not without its obstacles. You may be exhausted by the weight of others' suffering, but remember that God has given you the power to persevere. Your mission is holy, and what you do is precious. You have a huge influence whether you provide physical healing, emotional support, or spiritual instruction. Believe in your talents and continue to share them. Healing is not always quick, but the seeds you sow will grow with time. Empaths have the capacity to thoroughly comprehend and experience the emotions of others, which is both a gift and a duty. You are designed to connect with others on a deep level, to make them feel seen and heard in ways that others cannot. You have the rare capacity to perceive and ease emotional anguish, providing consolation just by being there. This strong connection may often overwhelm you as you absorb the emotions of others. But don't be afraid of this sensitivity. It is a power that will lead you through your task. Embrace it. You serve as a spiritual bridge, assisting others in their healing and growth. Believe in your abilities to manage these emotions and utilize them for the greater benefit. Your goal is to connect closely with individuals around you and provide them the compassion they need. The endurer is called to endure even under the most difficult of conditions. If this is your personality type, you have amazing resilience, an inner strength that never gives up in the face of adversity. You are a fighter in spirit, designed to persevere through adversity and emerge stronger every time. Others may not understand why you go through so much, but God has given you the capacity to manage pain and difficulties, and He uses it to shape your character. This endurance is not about evading obstacles. It's about confronting issues front on and using them to improve. You may be challenged in ways that seem terrible, but God is with you every step of the way, strengthening your determination. Your capacity to rise again after each fall is your gift, and it will inspire others who are facing similar challenges. Understand that your perseverance has a purpose, and that each difficulty you conquer is part of a larger plan. As a leader, you are expected to guide and direct people with authority and vision. Your mission is to inspire, organize, and lead with integrity while assisting others in discovering their own path. You have the capacity to perceive the broad picture, and your responsibility is to align individuals around a single purpose. Leaders are often visionaries who can see beyond the current moment and have the fortitude to make choices that influence the future. While leadership carries significant duty, it is also a blessing. People will turn to you for guidance, so lead with humility, knowledge, and strength. Your personality demands you to be focused in your mission, ensuring that the guidance you offer is in line with God's intention. Lead with confidence, knowing that God has prepared you to bear the responsibilities of leadership. The visionary whose goal is to see beyond the present and provide novel ideas that may transform the world. You have been granted the capacity to glimpse a future that others may be unable to perceive. Your period is one of foresight, and your goal is to encourage change and advancement. Being a visionary requires faith, since not everyone will instantly grasp or embrace your ideas. But God gave you the talent of foresight for a purpose, because you are destined to lead change. The world needs your new viewpoint. Don't get disheartened if others question you. Instead, keep moving ahead with the confidence that your vision will eventually result in good transformational action. Teachers are called to share their knowledge, wisdom, and insight, assisting others in finding their own path. If you are this kind, you have a special gift for leading people through life's intricacies and assisting them in developing knowledge. Your responsibility is to stimulate others' development, knowledge, and self-discovery rather than just teaching them information. As a teacher, you may often find yourself in circumstances where people seek your advice, which is just what God intended. Use your knowledge to illuminate the path for others. Your words, whether spoken or written, have the potential to impact people's lives. Teaching may be challenging. Remember that each lesson you teach is part of a bigger divine plan. The path ahead may not always be smooth, and as you pursue your divine destiny, you may face scorn, skepticism, and unbelief from those around you. Others will question you, laugh at you, or even mock your choice of route. These are the times that test your faith and make you question whether you're really on the right track. But God wants you to remember this. Mockery is an indication that you're on the correct road. The world often mocks what it does not comprehend. And what's your mission? Others may find your aim unusual, if not unattainable, but this does not decrease its significance. Stay true to your calling. Believe that God has selected you for this time, and that no amount of scorn can change the fact of your divine destiny. In instances of uncertainty, turn to God. He is aware of your challenges and will strengthen you to stay steady in your objective. You were meant for this. Accept mocking as proof that your objective is important. Continue to confidently pursue your divine purpose, knowing that you are never alone. You have been selected to protect those who are unable to defend themselves. Your holy duty is to defend, protect, and guarantee justice is served regardless of the cost. You may be attracted to causes that need bravery and a willingness to sacrifice for the benefit of others, whether in your neighborhood, family, or on a broader scale. Your goal is clear: to protect the innocent and fight for what is right. The duty of guardian is not simple. It often entails confronting tough facts, opposing strong forces, and jeopardizing your own safety. But remember that God is your shield, and His strength will enable you to fight for justice. Your goal is essential to the larger good. Every time you stand up for others, you fulfill your divine purpose. Trust in God to direct your actions, and that your bravery will encourage others to do the same. The warrior is a brave, courageous spirit who is intended to battle for something higher than themselves. If this describes you, you are asked to take action, to stand steadfast in battle, and to utilize your power and bravery to defend what is right. Whether you fight on the physical, mental, or spiritual levels, Your mission is one of courage, heroism, and dignity. Being a warrior does not imply dodging the battle. It entails accepting it with a feeling of purpose and divine guidance. You are not alone in this struggle. God is your armor and power, and He has given you all you need to succeed. The conflict might be internal or external. Remember that your bravery and will to fight for what is right will result in success. The world needs soldiers like you, individuals who are prepared to battle for justice, truth, and righteousness. Don't be afraid to face difficult situations. The cause you fight for is worthy, and your success will honor God's perfect design. God observes all you go through, even your doubts, hardships, and times when you wonder whether your purpose is worth it. He sees the tears you've wept, the times you've felt lost, and the days you've spent feeling stuck. However, God is now reminding you that your hardships are not in vain. They are part of the process that will help you find clarity and purpose. Every adversity, every challenge is sculpting you into the person you are destined to be. God is aware of your heart and struggles, and He is using them to refine you. The clarity you seek will emerge as you continue to walk in faith. You will begin to see your mission emerge before you. Trust in the process and trust that God will guide you through it. Your quest is not far away. It is already within you. For so long, diversions have taken you astray. The noise of the world, the turmoil in your emotions, and the views of others. They have all contributed to the fog that obscures your eyesight. But God is now removing the distractions. The route ahead is becoming clearer, and He is unveiling the mission you were created to perform. The time for indecision has passed. God is calling you to action. The distractions that formerly appeared so overwhelming have faded into the background as you concentrate on your heavenly mission. You'll start to perceive the world around you differently. Your calling is not an abstract concept. The mission is clear and stated. Trust in God's instruction and understand that the moment to act is now. Step courageously into your destiny, despite the distractions that formerly held you back. I no longer have authority over you. True satisfaction comes from living in accordance with your spiritual destiny. Everything else falls into place when you put your confidence in God's plan. No matter what barriers emerge or what people say, if you follow your divine mission, you will discover peace, pleasure, and contentment that the world cannot provide. Trusting in your divine mission entails totally accepting it, even when it seems tough or unknown. God knows what He has in store for you, and as long as you trust Him, He will guide you to the correct people, places, and times. He will disclose more and more about the wonderful life He has planned for you. External approval, fame, or fortune will not bring you fulfillment. It stems from knowing that you are fulfilling the calling that God has put on your life. Believe in your mission and understand that the satisfaction you seek is found on the road, not the destination. As you continue on your heavenly path, you will definitely encounter scorn, skepticism, and opposition from people around you. The world does not always recognize spiritual calling, and your path may seem out of sync with how others believe you should conduct your life. But God reminds you today that the fight is genuine. However, it is also part of the process. The more you pursue your mission, the more opposition you will encounter. However, each obstacle, each moment of scorn is a chance for you to become stronger. God has already given you the ability to soar above. Don't let others' views hinder you. What counts is that you follow God's plan for your life. And no matter how much mocking you get, you will continue to press on. Following your divine destiny comes with a cost. It demands dedication, sacrifice, and persistence. There will be times when you are fatigued, when the path seems too arduous, and when you want to give up. But now, God is teaching you that the prize is worth the sacrifice. The sacrifices you make will result in greater rewards for both you and the people you serve. Commitment to your divine destiny requires you to be steady, even when it seems like the whole world is against you. God understands your sacrifices and will reward your loyalty. Trust that He is with you every step of the way, and know that your dedication will pay off in ways you cannot yet conceive. It is now. The wait is ended. God has selected you for this time, and He is inviting you to fearlessly pursue your divine mission. Distractions, doubts, and mocking no longer have influence over you. Now is the moment to accomplish your destiny. You were born for this. Everything you've been through, every hardship, every trial has led up to this moment. The world needs you to stand up and accept your calling. Your selected task awaits you. Embrace it. Walk through it. Trust God with every step, knowing that He is leading you to your divine destiny. It's your turn to shine. Step into your purpose and accomplish God's plan for your life. God is well aware of the confusion that has persisted in your thoughts for so long. You felt lost, preoccupied, and unclear of your life's purpose. You've questioned why life has been so challenging and why the way ahead is uncertain. But God sees your uncertainty. He knows when you've questioned your value. Distractions tugged you in all directions, leaving you unsure where to turn. Now God is revealing something essential. He has always had a particular mission for you. God picked you, and He has given you a purpose. The instant you drew your first breath, the time for confusion ended. God is casting His light on your path, providing you with the clarity you need to go ahead. The distractions that used to dominate you are now vanishing, and with each step, you'll get closer to your divine purpose. Trust His timing and understand that your uncertainty has led to this time of clarity. For years, you may have let the scorn and criticism of others obscure your perspective. God knows that some people scoffed at you, questioned your purpose, and made you feel inadequate. These sounds were loud and unpleasant, but they don't define you. In fact, they are often signals that you are on the correct track, since when you pursue your divine mission, the world will not always comprehend. But now is the moment to quiet their voices. God is saying that no one can ridicule what He has planned for you. God's revelation of your mission is not a passing experience. It is a directive to accept your calling with confidence. You are no longer the target of bewilderment or scorn. Accept the fact that you were selected for greatness, and go on with the confidence that your destiny is developing in perfect harmony with God's divine design. The distractions of life have been tugging you in all directions, leading you to lose sight of the path God has set for you. God understands how these distractions have taken away your serenity and produced turmoil in your heart. You've tried to concentrate, but the cacophony of the world and the demands of daily life have made it impossible to hear His voice. It's easy to feel like you're going in circles, unclear which direction to turn. But God sees your struggle and is prepared to release you from it. The moment has arrived for God to disclose His divine purpose for your life. He is inviting you to put aside the distractions that have obscured your perspective. The sounds of the world will no longer block out His voice. You were picked for a reason that is unique to you, a cause that demands your whole focus and devotion. It's time to let go of the distractions that have hindered you from seeing clearly and put your confidence in God's plan for your future. When you are preoccupied, you are prone to uncertainty and doubt. God knows this, and He has provided you with all you need to overcome these distractions. Your concentration is your strength as you return to the mission He has given you. You will have a profound feeling of serenity, knowing that you are walking in accordance with His desire. God has a definite purpose for you, and it is bigger than any momentary distraction that may attempt to take you off path. God's message for you is obvious. It's time to select your route and stick to it, no matter what. Accept your divine destiny. Reject the distractions that have held you back and walk into the calling God has put on your life. This is your moment of clarity, and it is time to go forth confidently. For so long, mocking from others has been a hard load to bear. God is aware that many of you have endured mockery for the dreams and visions you have shared. People have scoffed at your views, ridiculed your calling, and even attempted to persuade you that your mission is pointless. These whispers have shook your confidence, making you wonder whether you are indeed chosen by God. But God wants you to hear this now. The mocking is over now. Others' views will no longer dictate your trip. God has selected you, and your mission is special and unique. The world's judgment cannot affect the task God has assigned to you. God's calling is much higher than any human viewpoint, and He is empowering your soul to stay firm. Regardless of the ridicule, the time for uncertainty is past. You must now walk with confidence, knowing that you are doing precisely what God has called you to accomplish. It's natural to feel disturbed when people question you, but remember that God has already validated your destiny. The scorn you get is often a reflection of your excellence. When the world mocks what you do, it is usually because they don't grasp the holy purpose you're carrying out. Stand steady in your calling, certain that God is with you and that your purpose is much more important than the derision of others. God is inviting you to go freely in your mission. No more will you let them make you feel lesser or unworthy. You were selected by God, and His purpose for you is bigger than any mockery you may suffer. The ridicule ends here, and a new chapter starts. One of fortitude, confidence, and unflinching faith. Hey there! If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel Pure Wisdom. Thank you. If you're enjoying the content on Pure Wisdom and find value in the messages we share, I encourage you to subscribe. Based on the latest analytics, 93.9% of viewers are watching without subscribing. By subscribing, you not only stay updated with new content, but also support the channel's growth, allowing us to continue spreading wisdom for the chosen ones. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an important message. Let's build this community together.